This is Dave Palumbo with another RxMuscle rant brought to you by Redcon One. Today's topic is Classic Physique. What could I possibly be ranting about Classic Physique? I love the division. I think it's a great division, but I have one beef with it, and that's how they determine what class you're in. Now, let's explain a little bit about what Classic Physique is. The limitations weight-wise in Classic are based on your height. So given how tall you are, you can only weigh so much. So when people go to the weigh-in before whatever the event happens to be, let's take the Olympia for example. I think the weigh-in was on Thursday this year. When they went to weigh in, okay, they have to weigh a certain amount given their height. The problem that exists that I'm ranting about is that the heights are not stationary. What does that mean? That means that every single time you go to a contest, whoever heights you in or measures your height can be different. And if you're a half an inch or a quarter of an inch off, it might put you into a different weight category. So one day you might have to weigh 220. The next time you go do a contest, you might have to weigh 205. That is a huge difference, and that's a problem. Because let's face it, we all are the same height if we're adults and we're over the age of probably 18 or 19. Most people are not growing, right? So why the heck isn't there a height stamped onto your IFBB Pro card or your NPC card saying, this is my height. I've been officially measured by whoever it is, whatever contest they went to. Now for the rest of my life, rest of my contest history, this is what my height is. This way, when you go into a show, you know what weight you need to make. I'll take Regan Grimes, for instance. Regan Grimes came to the Olympia thinking he had to make, I think it was 230 pounds or whatever at his height. However, when he got there, they told him he was a different height than he had been every time previous to that. And he had to weigh, I think it was 10 pounds less or whatever it is. I don't even remember what he had to weigh less. Now, luckily, he was able to lose the weight. But why should a competitor have that kind of stress going into the biggest show of their career, the Super Bowl of bodybuilding? Why should they not know what they have to weigh? It's ridiculous, okay? So what I'm suggesting that get done out there, they used to do this with figure. I don't know if they still do or not. They used to have your height on your card, and it would say, you show them this height card. Hey, here, Mr. Promoter, here's my height card. I'm 6 feet tall. I have to weigh this much. Get on the scale, you weigh in, no problem. You should not be being measured at every single show you do. That's just ludicrous. Once again, you don't, as a coach or as a competitor, how do you prepare to make weight when you don't know what weight you have to make? It's just an antiquated rule that needs to be changed, and it's really nothing that needs to be changed. We know everyone has to weigh in at a certain day, whether it be 1 day before the show, 2 days before the show, or the day of the show. Whatever the promoter said as the rules, that's fine. But we have to know as competitors what the weight is, given what our height is. So we need stability, we need static weight or static heights set in stone on the card or on a card. If you want to create a separate card, fine. I say just put it on the NPC or IFBB card. So at the beginning of the year, you validate your height. You're set for the whole year. And if you want to check it every single year because in case the person had back surgery and shrunk an inch, do whatever you got to do. But it's got to be set in stone before the contest season so that when the contest comes around, you know when you show up at the show to the weigh-in, you know what you have to make. It's a very simple type of thing. I know it can be easily fixed, and it slipped through the cracks for the last year or so, and not everyone was negatively affected by it, but there are some people that were negatively affected, and I got news for you. There are some people that couldn't compete because they just couldn't make the weight, and what happened at these, especially at local shows, they wind up having to do bodybuilding. You know, they can't do classic. And so that's just not right. So once again, the competitors need to know what they need to weigh prior to getting to the show so they can set their strategy in stone as to how to make weight. Very simple solution. Give these guys height cards, solution or problem solved as far as I'm concerned. You know, once again, I want to just congratulate Breon Ansley on another tremendous win at that Classic Physique Olympia. You know, he really proved after that last year's victory was not a fluke. He won the Arnold this year. He came back, defended the title, Granted, he won by 1 point over Chris Bumstead, but a win is a win. Two-time champ, congratulations. Let's get this rule changed because it needs to be changed. It's for the betterment of the athlete and also the health of the athlete. We don't need people doing crazy, kooky things to try to make weight at the very last minute because that adds danger to the sport. I'm Dave Palumbo with another Redcon 1 RxMuscle rant.